Testing, 1, 2, 3. Let me know if you guys can hear me. Let me know if you guys can hear me. How we looking over there? Let's go, man. Come into the building and let me know if you can hear me, guys.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you now.
I heard you. Turn off that volume. Come into the building, guys. Let's go. We got work to do. We got work to do. We got work to do, guys. So we had some tech issues. I don't even know why, because I'm on a cell phone and the volume wasn't working for some reason. But let's get into the content. Let's do what we got to do. Welcome to the stream. Make sure you subscribe. Double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. We got to get down to business. So people are pretty much snapping about the EBT SNAP crisis. People are losing their minds. And this is coming from people that believe that the federal government owe them a handout. And I'm not here to sugarcoat. I'm not here to dance around the issue. I'm here to speak real talk. So if you're one of them sensitive folk who cry when a man speak truth, exit the room, because I'm about to get in. People are literally prepared to crash out. People are prepared to risk it all over some food. And I'm looking at social media and I'm watching people talking about they're going to be looting from stores. They're going to be committing crimes if they don't get their benefits. Well, I got bad news for you. You going to jail because Trump has a plan for all of those that think they're going to go out here and start looting. He got a plan for you. If you think you can literally go into a supermarket and rob and steal because you ain't getting your benefits, you're going to prison. See, like how he's sending the National Guard to different cities? Well, what do you think he have in place right now? All of you folks that are prepared to commit crimes because you don't got no food, you're showing why Trump need to do what he need to do. Because rather than you go get a job like everybody else, you want to sit on your ASS while everybody else is working. Now think about how this look. All of these people are going to their jobs to work. They're paying taxes. Their taxes is financing a lifestyle that you created using the federal government. And you expect me to feel sorry for you? I don't feel sorry for you. When I go to the supermarket and I got to buy food for my family, I pay cash. Do you understand me? A lot of cash. Hundreds of dollars. Not 200, not 300, not 400, not 500, not 600. And here you are getting free rides year after year after year. Assistance was not created to be a lifestyle. Assistance was made to get you through a rough time. It was made to get you through a patch in life where things was difficult. That's what it was made for. But for most people, they turned it into a lifestyle where the taxpayer is busting their ASS on their job. Think about this, guys. Most of you 9-to-5 workers have to deal with the BS of life. You got to put gas in your car. You got to pay bills. And you got these lazy folk who are literally living for free. Think about that. lazy. To the person that says something about disabled folks, are you dumb? Like, are you serious? Are you really serious? If someone is disabled, they can't work. So we're not talking about the disabled. We're talking about able-bodied people that could get off their ASS and go out there and work. So don't try to twist this thing into, so you saying the disabled got to go to work? If they're disabled, they can't work. If your car cannot work, you can't go nowhere. What's the purpose of putting gas in a car that can't run? The only people that deserve assistance is the elderly who can't work, the disabled, and our military vets, our vets. Those are the only groups. Everybody else gotta go to work. Nobody told your ASS to go have kids. You wanna live a lifestyle? Go to work. Go to work. You wanna have resources? Rather than you fighting with your baby daddy, how about you and him get married and build a family together? You don't wanna do that. You wanna have those kids and then get the benefits. No. I hope that nothing comes in November. I hope that happens. I hope your benefits do not come in November. Ain't gonna be no Thanksgiving. Cancel all holidays. Cancel, Halloween is canceled. Thanksgiving is canceled. Christmas is canceled. It's canceled for your family. You need to go get a job. If you're an able-bodied person and you're listening to me right now and you're punching the wall because you're angry with me, don't get angry with me. You don't even like Trump. You're a Trump hater. So let me get this straight. You're a Trump hater, but yet you want the federal government to hurry up and fix everything so you could get your money. Cancel Christmas, cancel Thanksgiving. Ain't gonna be no cranberry sauce. Ain't gonna be no turkeys. None of that. So cancel it. Family can't come over this year. You guys are literally on TikTok crashing out, talking about you're gonna be going into stores, looting and robbing. You're going to prison. You're gonna be spending prison. Listen, you're gonna be spending time in prison on Thanksgiving for looting. And y'all think this is cool. You guys gave me content like never before. You folks that are coming on social media, crashing out. You had one woman with 5 kids talking about, oh, you know, you guys are supposed to take care of my kids. Nobody told you to have them damn kids. Nobody told you to open your legs up to have a bunch of kids that you can't even afford. And you expect me to take care of your kids? No. They need to shut that thing down. Shut it down. I want them to shut it down. I want to see what you guys gonna do. Because for a long time, y'all been living this glamorous lifestyle of thinking that you living it up. Now that the government shut down, you crying over SNAP benefits. You out here snapping. You're out here snapping because you can't understand why the government ain't taking care of your family, as if though that's their responsibility. You're not disabled. You're not the elderly. You got women that are in their 20s and 30s, able bodies. They don't want to go to work. They want to stay home and relax and have babies after baby after baby after baby. They don't want to get married. They don't want to settle down. They want to have more babies to keep them home and keep the government paying for their lifestyle. No, it needs to end. Somebody said, why are you judging? You Jesus? It's funny how you're telling me why I'm judging, but you judging me. You're telling me why am I judging, but you're judging me. If you had to go to court and you had to see the judge, are you going to tell the judge, why are you judging me? The judge will throw the book at you. He won't care about what you got to say. So save all of that garbage. You're angry because your life sucks. Don't get mad at me because you're lazy. You got people out here that are at their jobs struggling to survive, working, living from paycheck to paycheck. You got people out here that can barely afford to pay their rent, and they ain't on no public assistance. They ain't got no SNAP benefits because these people decided, I don't want no handouts. I'm going to work for mine, and I'm going to live within my means. But you want everybody to pay your way. No. No. Enough is enough, man. They need to shut the whole thing down. I hope that they shut it down because Kevin Samuels talked about this. He may not have said it in this way, but he talked about how winter is coming. I believe winter is here. If there's any time that the phrase winter is coming, now is the time. And I was one of Kevin Samuels' detractors. I wasn't no fan of Kevin Samuels. I was one of his detractors and critics. But something he said in terms of winter is coming, oh, it makes perfect sense right now. Because all of the women that boast about, oh, I don't need a man, I could do bad by myself. Okay, you want to do bad by yourself right now. Because when that benefit don't come in, you're going to have to go to LonelyFans and set up an account. So I suggest you go set that account up now. Start showing something to make some cash. Because winter is coming. It's about to get real. And y'all talking about y'all going to be going to stores stealing? That ain't happening. Trump is going to send a National Guard to all the major cities where people are looting and crime is taking place, and all of you are going to prison. All of you. You said, do you know how ridiculous you sound? No, there's nothing ridiculous about me. I'm good. You're not. See, if you were good, you wouldn't be complaining. If you were good, you wouldn't be complaining. Go get a job. Go work. You want everything for free. That's not how life works. You're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, and you still dependent on the man to pay your way? No. No. You don't deserve that. Stop having all these kids. Stop having all these kids. You know you can't afford these kids. Listen, guys, let's stop being dumb. If you know you only make about $1,200 every 2 weeks, $1,500 every 2 weeks, your paycheck determine the lifestyle you can live, right or wrong. So, you get paid $1,500 every 2 weeks, right? When you look at your budget for the month, you can only afford certain things. You got to pay your rent. That's number one. Then comes all the other expenses. You can't live outside of that. We all know this. So if you're having children and you know you can't afford them because you can't even afford to take care of yourself, why would you continually have them over and over? Why? Shout out to Jeff for the $4.99. Appreciate you sponsoring the show. Why would you have a bunch of kids and you know you can't afford them? Why would you go buy a car if you know you can't make the payments? Why do it? Why do it? You got to live within your means, but you don't want to do that. You want someone else to foot your bill. To the single mothers out there that are mad with me, let's have the conversation. Why you and your baby daddy ain't together? He works. You collect child support and you collect SNAP. Make that make sense. You collecting child support, SNAP. You basically collecting all different types of collections. Might as well you become a pastor, start a church, and start collecting. Because you know the church is robbery too. All these churches, all these pastors are hustlers. All they care about is money. They don't care about God. Let's just be real. None of them care about the people. Come on now. Again, for the people in the back of the classroom, the only people that deserve assistance from the federal government is the disabled, our elderly. We got to make sure we take care of grandma, and our military vets. We got to make sure we take care of them. Those are the only groups. Everybody else, I don't care about. You got to go to work. I don't want to hear your sob story. I don't want to hear your sob story. We all got stories. Your story ain't better than mine. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like. Have you ever been homeless before? Have you ever been homeless before? Because if you haven't, you don't know. I know what that's like. I know what it's like when your whole family turn against you and you go to them for support and they deny you. I know what it's like. I already been through the struggle. So save me all the sob stories. We all got sob stories. We all have struggles. So I don't want to hear nothing. Every day, one of you taxpayers got to get up to go to work. You are feeding some lazy person who don't want to work. They want you to work so your taxes can go take care of them. That's unfair. And it needs to be cut off. Section 8 needed to be cut off. Cut it off. Cut it off. You need to pay your damn rent like everybody else. You need to pay it like everybody else. Talking about, oh, well, I'm going to sign up for this program. No, no, no. You can't afford to live there. Let's just call it what it is. You can't afford to live there. So you don't belong there. Until you can make the money to live there, then you live there. Period. I'm tired of people getting free rides, bro. I'm tired of it, man. I'm tired of people literally being allowed to get a free ride and a head start when they didn't put in no work. Yet you had to work. You had to educate yourself. You had to take exams. You had to pay full price while somebody paid literally less than 50% of what you're paying. You got some communities where, let's say, for example, you lease a house. You're paying $3,000 a month to lease this house. And you have somebody that get on a Section 8 program and they're paying $1,000 or $800 for the same house. They're living in the same community, same house, paying $800. You're paying $3,000. And if you were to try to do what they do, you get denied. See how that works? That's not fair. What's fair is who's working and who's earning, they get the benefits. That's how it always been. That's how it always been. Life ain't fair. Life is not fair. If you don't work, you don't eat. Even the Bible says that. Even the Bible says if a man don't work, he shall not eat. You got homeless people out here that are more actively working than people that are on SNAP programs. Do you know that? You have people that are homeless that work, meaning they're homeless, but you see them going to the scrap metal yard. They getting metals and stuff, and they getting money. They changing bottles. They doing stuff. They doing little odd jobs, but they're homeless. And I have a heart for the homeless people that are literally done. What I don't like is a person that you provide them the programs to get themselves together and they don't want to use them. Instead, they're like this. No, I can't help you. You know? I can't help you. You know? Shout out to Sunil for the support. Says, who do you support in 2028? I guess you meant when Trump is gone. There's no way to answer that question. Shout out to Derek for the support. Says, I'm glad the food stamps are getting shut off. Yeah, I'm glad too. But the only thing that I'm concerned with is the fact that even though I'm glad what's coming is coming, I don't really want the shutdown to really affect the disabled, the veterans, and the elderly. I want to make sure that they have their prescriptions, they have what they need, you know what I'm saying? Because they're in a position where I understand, I get it. They should have prepared for this. They should have prepared. I get all of that stuff, but we have to have a system in place to protect that particular group, the disabled, the elderly, our veterans. They should always be taken care of because they've already given to society. You have people that once was workers and they got disabled and it's like their whole life is messed up. You know, you have military vets who served the country. They did this, they did that. We got to make sure that they're taken care of. What we're talking about is able-bodied Americans, people that are in great physical health. All of their limbs work. They're healthy, youthful, and they refuse to work. They refuse to work. I don't got no heart for them. I don't got no heart for them. I don't care for them. I don't want to hear no sob stories, man. You know? Let me put this person on the block list who keep asking me dumb questions about why can't you answer the question. Let me help you out. Now you're on the block list. All right? If I just told you what I told you, don't keep coming in here pressuring me to answer your damn question, right? So now you're blocked. Go sign up under a new account. We don't got no time to play. Shout out to Ased for the support. Says, y'all know what's crazy? They're online crying about the stamps and can't get food. But when they get them, they sell them. That's exactly what it is. And a lot of times, yeah, they sell it for money. So they could go get their hair done. So they could go get iPhones. So they could go get clothes. Y'all be thinking all this support goes to these kids. It don't. It don't. It don't go to the kids. It go to them selling it. I've seen stuff like this happen, bro. I've seen stuff like this happen in Brooklyn, bro. When I was living in New York, I seen this stuff happen all the time. You have these women that go into these stores and they literally will tell somebody, hey, I'll pay for your groceries. Give me the cash. I'll pay for it. Give me the cash. How much you paying for that? Oh, that's the amount? Okay, give me the money. I'll swipe it. And they take the money and they go use it for their own personal issues. One big hustle. One big hustle. It's just like with child support, right? Now, don't get me wrong. If you got a man who's not taking care of his kids, then of course he got to pay up. Now, the issue with child support that I got, and again, I'm all for a woman getting her child support if the man is not doing what he got to do. But if a man is doing what he got to do, and you're just a wicked woman and you want to put him on child support, that's wicked. Because if he's already taking care of the kids, why are you trying to ruin this man's life? Now, I'm the first content creator that suggested that when it comes to child support, we have to in place a card. A lot of people ran with my talking points all over social media, stealing my material. There has to be a card where all purchases must be made for the child. She can't buy nothing but what's needed for the child. Anything she need for herself, she got to go get a damn job. Period. The card literally will let her buy food, items that is for the child's development. Once she try to buy anything else for herself, it won't go through. And what happens is the baby father, he's able to go on social media, online, on a website, and know what his child is receiving because he can see the purchases. And now he can feel good knowing that, hey, money is coming out of my check. I don't like it, but at least I know my baby is getting taken care of. You see how that works? See, we shouldn't even have those systems of child support, to be honest with you. We shouldn't even have that. A man is just supposed to take care of his kids, period. Just like with SNAP benefits and all this other stuff where you got able bodies. No, you should be denied. As soon as they see you come down to the office and you're healthy, they're supposed to look at you and be like, is this for you? Yeah, it's for me. It's for me and my kids. How old are you? Oh, I'm 30 years old. You're healthy, right? Yeah. Okay, go get a job. Go get a job. Or at least if they were to give you the benefits, you got about 6 months. Agree. If you agree, put a 1 in the chat. If you agree. In other words, let's say, for example, let's have a compromise. Let's look at this down the middle. If able bodies wanted to get SNAP, they're only allowed to be on it for 6 months. That's it. That's it. Can we agree on that? 6 months. Okay, we see some ones. You disagree? You could disagree. I'm trying to give them grace. I'm trying to give them grace because I believe they should go get a job. I really don't even want the system there. I really don't. So I'm in agreement that the system be gone. Maybe you want them to have 1 year. No. You're making them lazy. You're making them lazy. If I know I got 6 months to get this program, to get these benefits, it's going to force me to go out there and get a job, man. Because I know it's going to end in 6 months. It's going to end. Think about how much money you're being given for 6 months, especially based on how much kids you got, and you don't want to go work? That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy, man. So 6 months is a good deal to me. 3 months is too short. In 6 months, you should be able to find a job, man. You should be able to find a job in 6 months. I don't want to hear nothing, man. 6 months, you'll be able to find something temporarily that could give you some money. Listen, guys, it's something about working with your hands to earn $1. It's something about working with your hands as a man or a woman that gives you a sense of pride, a sense of dignity, to know that, hey, I'm alive. I'm a human being. I'm self-sufficient. But when everybody have to hand you something, you don't feel some type of way? You don't feel some type of way when somebody, like, you ever been in a situation where you were in a jam, right? And one of your partners offered to help you out. And yeah, you do need the help, but you already figured out a plan. You know how you're going to get through it. And you told them, nah, I'm good, bro. Let me work it out first. At least let me try. It's something about trying yourself to fix it. In other words, if I don't fix it, then maybe I might give you that call and be like, yo, bro, is that offer still on the table? But at least let me try to work it out, bro. At least let me prove to my woman that I could be a man. Have you ever been there? Where somebody offered to help you during a hard time and you needed the help, but you wanted to solve the problem yourself. You wanted to be a man and struggle to figure it out. Because if the person helped you, you never learn your lesson. So that means you don't even know how to solve your own problems if you fell back on hard times. You don't even know what to do. You know? Shout out to the Q Jones. Shout out to you for the support. Says, just like unemployment, 4 to 6 months. Yeah, there you go. That's right. So as much as I want them to shut down all those programs, I think that will make America great again. I really believe that if you shut down, listen, here's the thing. This is the real truth, guys. If you shut down Section 8, and I know a lot of you gonna get mad because some of you are on Section 8. I get it. At the same time, and if I'm correct, I think they have something new where you can only be on it for 2 years. And then after that, you're shut down. 2 years, you gotta go. It was never designed for you to be on it forever, guys. It's designed so that you could literally pretty much go through a season and then get yourself together. But if you're on that stuff for the rest of your life, bro, that's not cool. I was just about to say something. I totally lost track of what I was going to say. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Trump has never had to cook his own meals. You don't know what that man had to do, to be honest with you. It should be a tool for help. Yeah, only for short term. It has become a lifestyle. And I know all communities use these benefits, whether they're white, black. You got people that live in nice houses and get SNAP. I don't know how they milk in the system, but people know how to milk the system. You got all different ethnic groups that is on these programs. When I speak, I'm speaking from the black point of view of what I see in the black community, how the majority live on these programs, especially the single mothers. And I'm fed up with it because you don't want to have a relationship with your child's father. You don't want to get married. Instead, you want the government to take care of you. And then when the shutdown happened, you online crying, talking about you're going to go rob and steal. Go ahead and do it. Go ahead and rob and steal. Go do it. Go rob and steal and see what happens. See what Trump do. Because I guarantee you, Trump has a plan for all the people that are prepared to loot and ransack stores. That ain't going to go down. You're going to prison. You're going to prison, and I'm going to make videos about it. You can hate me all you want. Hating me ain't paying your bills. Hating me ain't putting food on the table. I'm not the one who shut down the government. I'm just the one speaking the truth. Trump got a plan. Trump got a plan to deal with the looters who are planning on stealing. And to all of you folks that work in these stores, when the looting start, don't become a hero wanting to stand in the way and chase people down. Let them just be what they want to. Let them do what they do. Don't put your life in front of some lunatic savage who want to loot and steal. Let the police, let the law enforcement, let the military take care of them, because Trump is going to send the National Guard to all of these cities where people are going to be committing crimes. Watch and see. Watch and see. You said, what's my plan? My plan is to put them in prison. That's what I'm pretty much proposing. Put them in prison where they belong. Because you don't want to get a job. You don't want to work. You want to go steal. Taxpayers already done paying for your lifestyle, and now you want to steal from them now? You bugging, bro. This guy, somebody says, your heart is shut off, bro. Empathy wins. Empathy for what? For lazy people that don't want to work. So let me get this straight. I could tell you don't work. I could tell you don't got no job. You're one of those very same recipients of EBT and SNAP. Because a working class adult would not be co-signing the goofy crap that's going on in this world where people are living off of a system and don't want to do anything to enrich themselves and their family. I don't want to hear no sob stories about empathy when you're an able person and you don't want to work. You don't want to do nothing? So if the government shutdown continues, what are all these people going to do? Sit there and cry all day? My money, my EBT, who's taking care of my kids? I don't want to hear none of that mess. Go get a job. Go get a job. You know? Somebody in the chat says, this guy doesn't have a job. If I don't have a job, please explain to me why I'm over here. I must be here for free. Right? Please explain that to me. This guy doesn't have a job. Stop projecting. I understand your life sucks and you're miserable, but guess what, guys? I'm not. I'm not. So I don't really care about all the sob stories and all the foolish stuff. I don't want to hear none of that mess. Stop trying to shame me for your own misery. One of the things people love to do when they're down and out is they want to shame people that work, people that build their lives up, people that are go-getters. They try to make you feel like something's wrong with you for taking care of your family. They love to do that type of stuff. They love to try to shame you. Like you're supposed to feel sorry for everybody. I'm not feeling sorry for nobody that is able to change their circumstances. Just like you got to get up in the morning to take your ASS to work and jump on that highway and put gas in your car every damn week. The next man could do the same thing. So stop feeling sorry for people that keep bringing kids into this evil world knowing they can't afford them. I'm glad you folks ain't in leadership, because if you were, you'll have the whole nation in debt. Because while everybody's living off the system, right? Prices are going up, inflation, gas prices, everything's going up because everybody's living for free. If you want food, go grow your own food. Since you want to complain all day, go grow your own food. Go do your own thing. Raise some cattle. Grow your own fruits and vegetables. Go do it. Go do it. You ain't going to do it. You know why? It requires work. Come on now. Somebody said that's your mom's house. My mom is dead. My mom is dead. So I'm going to put you on the block list. My mom died of cancer. And my goal was to have my mom live in the house. And she gone. So I'm putting you on the block list for the disrespect. Talking about that's your mom's house. And let me explain this, guys. Here's another issue that I have with people. It's like when you're a black man and you do anything in terms of success, they immediately equate you to either selling drugs, committing some sort of crime in order to get where you are, or you're living in your mom's house. It can never be that you're a black man who worked and provided for your family like everybody else. It's always a negative connotation they put on something. Always. It can never be you work like everybody else. It's always something negative. You sell drugs, you do this, you do that. As if though as a black man, you're not supposed to have nothing. Pure jealousy, bro. Pure jealousy, man. It's sick. Absolutely sick, man. Shout out to OG Bobby, says, y'all are mad weird. There's a lot of people that are weird in here, man. A lot of them. It's like they want me to feel sorry for people who don't want to go to work. Okay, let's see what's going on. Watch this, guys. Watch this. Watch this. With a show of a 1, how many of you are dependent upon SNAP benefits, EBT, public assistance, and you're waiting right now? Put a 1 in the chat if you're that person. Put a 1 in the chat if you're that person. Notice how you have people that are scared to put those ones. You have a few of them, but you don't have the majority of people posting. You know why? They scared. They want to collect, and they're embarrassed to let the world know that they're collecting. Because with all the people mad at me, I should see thousands of ones. Thousands. But I don't see them. I don't see them. Because why? They want to hide the fact that they collect. They want to hide it. And again, we're not talking about the disabled. We're not talking about veterans. We're not talking about the elderly. Those folks are off limits. We're not talking about them. So don't misconstrue what I'm saying. I'm all for supporting our elderly, our disabled, and our military vets. All of those folks, I'm all good with them being taken care of. I'm concerned about the so-called able bodies that don't want to work. Them folks. Those are the ones that I'm concerned with. You understand? The ones that don't want to work. The ones that are literally sitting around waiting for somebody else to come in and give them that handout. The young folk who are able to do what they need to do, but they don't want to do it. That's the ones that I'm concerned with. Why they don't want to go work. Everybody else is working. Everybody else is working. Except them. They want to collect a free ride. Shout out to Dale for the $4.99 says, spreading a good message, man. Sending this to my plumbing technicians so they can watch this while they work and make bank. Yeah, shout out to all the plumbing technicians, all the plumbers. Shout out to all the construction men, all of the maintenance guys, all the guys that are in skilled trades jobs. Shout out to all of you guys, man. You guys that are keeping the infrastructure up, shout out to you, man. And women that are in those fields, you know, because a lot of women are crushing it in a lot of these fields. I remember when I was in New York and I was working for this particular agency, had a great job, literally great job, guys. And I was let go because of the pandemic shot, the shot that they wanted everybody to take. I didn't take the shot. So at that particular job, when I first got into it, I remember there was this one woman, her name is April. Always remember this woman because they put me to work with her and she's very skilled in her job. And I learned a lot of things from a woman. A woman was crushing it, outdoing men. Men. She was outdoing them, performing way better. Very, very skilled lady. And that's why I shouted out the ladies as well, because a lot of times we think only men are the ones doing certain jobs. You got a lot of women that do these jobs too, and they're very good at it. You know? Let me see what we got. Guys, if you can, so kind, be sure to double tap the screen. I know a lot of you may not know this, but you got to double tap the screen to give it a thumbs up. Double tap to give it a thumbs up, right? Let me see. Shout out to Dominic. Shout out to Dominic. Shout out to you. Says, don't let these crabs drag you down. Begging for EBT and the government to feed you is crazy. These people are gone. They can't do nothing. That's why I'm strapping. That's why I'm strapped. Try to come get me or mine and find out. God bless you, bro. Yeah, that's how you got to do. You got to stay strapped up. Stay prepared, stay ready. And stay sucker free too. Because I'm watching on social media where people are like, yo, I'm going to be going in the store and I'm going to do this and that. And you know what? Here's another thing. I'm going to do a review about it. I heard somebody say on social media that if they see people, like when everything happened, if they see you and your family come out with shopping carts with food, how they going to try to rob you? Ha! Yeah, you try that. You try that. We're going to read about that in the paper. Literally, they were like, yeah, when they don't get the money, if they see you and your family coming out of a Walmart or a Food Lion or something like that, how they gonna pull up on you and try to rob you for your food. Y'all go ahead and try that. Go ahead and try that. Your family will have a GoFundMe collection for you. If I'm out and about in my family and you see me come out and you try that goofy mess. And see, this just goes to show where we are in America, where its citizens are prepared to commit crimes if they don't get their food, rather than they go to work like everybody else. That's crazy, man. People want to rob and steal. How you gonna tell me to shut up and you watching me? Back in the days, we had these TVs that you had to go up to the TV and change it. We didn't have no remote. You had to click the dial and turn it. You know, like how when you turn on a stove, we had to turn something like that. So if you don't like what I'm saying, leave. You don't tell the host to shut up. You leave. That's crazy. Let's see what we got. Don't give in to all the craziness. This guy and you all need Jesus because Jesus loves you. 1 Corinthians. The thing is, they don't know the Messiah. That's why they're concerned about the food. Because they don't know the Messiah. What did Jesus Christ say? He said, and this is what Jesus Christ said. He said, take no thought for your life. What shall you eat? How will you be clothed? For only the Gentiles seek after these things. He said, seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things will be added to you. A lot of you folks don't believe in Jesus Christ, and you don't believe in the Most High. That's why you're going through what you're going through. O ye of little faith. Here's another thing. Watch this. Y'all ready for this one? Put a 1 if you want to hear the ultimate truth. Put a 1 if you want to hear the ultimate truth that you never heard before. Put a 1 in the chat. Shout out to Floridine Rollo. He says, when you work and not complain, you will see results. Got to be creative to get to see more funds. Can't be one side goes to shore. Wait. Can't be one-sided. Goes to show, I guess, why they crashing out. And I'm seeing more women crashing out. I haven't really seen men saying they're going to resort to robbing and stealing. I'm seeing more women saying they're going to literally commit acts of violence. So let me see. We got any ones? Okay, we got some ones. All right, here's the real truth. Why the Christian church is not taking care of these people? With all the millions of dollars Creflo Dollar make, T.D. Jakes make, Joel Osteen, all of these mega churches, how come they are not the ones feeding the poor? How come they're not doing it? How come the pastors, the one who claim they're from Jesus Christ, how come they are not the ones you go to for your benefits? If you're in need, if you need food, how come you can't go to the church? Let's be real. How come you folks that depend on SNAP, WIC, EBT, all that mess, how come you can't go to your local Christian church, walk in there and say, I need food, and they give you what you need? Because they don't care. They don't care. How come the church don't provide? How come people go to the federal government to expect benefits, but the Christian church, with all these churches, they don't take care of the needy? Instead, they want your money. Anytime you go to these churches and they're telling you to tithe money, that's the devil's church. Did you know that? How many of you folks that are viewing right now that go to church pay tithes to your pastor? Put a 1 if you do. Put a 1. Somebody said that I'm lying. Lying about what? Okay. To those of you that pay tithes to your church, allow me to liberate you and free you from the grips of the devil. If you would listen to me for a short period, you will never tithe to these churches again. Now, when I started on social media, one of my first videos was to tithe or not to tithe. I uncovered and exposed how the Christian church have been milking the pockets of people by teaching a false doctrine of bring ye all the tithes to the storehouse. Number one, the tithe, according to the Bible, was not money. It was food, livestock, grains, herbs. Do you understand? Vegetation. This tithe was given to the Levites. The Levites had no inheritance. So a tenth of all the increase of the land went to them. The tithe did not come from the everyday common folk. If you actually read the Bible, you would know this. The tithe came from landowners, herdsmen, farmers. Those are the only ones who paid tithes. And it was due to the increase of flocks, fruits, vegetation, herbs, spices, you name it. The pastors in today's day, because they are greedy wolves in sheep's clothing, have put together a Ponzi scheme to take your money by threatening your life by telling you that you have robbed me. Of what? Of tithes and offerings. Prove me now herewith, saith the Lord of hosts, if I will not open ye the windows of heaven and pour out a blessing. And that pretty much is a part of the prosperity gospel, where they tell you, give 10% of your money. Now think about this. You're giving a pastor 10% of your paycheck. You could hardly pay your bills. You can hardly eat. You can't take vacations. But your pastor is telling you to give him 10% of your money. And you're doing it, believing that God wants you to do that. God never told you to tithe to a pastor. There is no scripture in the Bible that says tithe 10% of money to a pastor. Number one, the storehouse is not your local church. The storehouse was to store food, not money. These pastors are criminals, all of them. Any church that is teaching you to send 10% of your money is the devil's church. Creflo Dollar is a devil. T.D. Snakes, devil. Joel Osteen, devil. All these people are devils. All of them. Kenneth Copeland, devils. All of them. They're all evil. You're not supposed to be giving 10% of your money. I did all of that. There was a time when I was a part of the Christian church. We're talking about back in 1995 all the way up to about 2005. 1995 to about 2005, I was pretty much in the Christian church, in the Christian religion. And I learned so much lies, man. And one of the lies that I was pretty much into was the prosperity gospel, where they would teach you how to send your money to the pastor. He would always tell you, if you want a blessing, give him money, sow a seed and believe God. Just the other day, we had a pastor at a local church. Many of you probably seen it. A woman came up there to give her offering of $1,000 plus $200. She came up there and the pastor rebuked her and said, no, you're not following my instructions. I said, give $1,000 plus $1,000 and anything after. That's all they want, guys, is your money. They're wolves in sheep's clothing. Explain this. How is it that the pastor is a millionaire and the people in the church are poor? How is it that in every mega church, all of the pastors are rich, wealthy, live in beautiful neighborhoods, and the congregation is poor? Explain that to me. Because it's a hustle. It's a hustle. Shout out to Brandon Tate. Shout out to you for the support. Says showing love, fam. I remember that video. That's when you used to have a headset during your streams. Yeah. When I had the headset thing on my ears with the mic. Yep. That was that video. Classic old video. So to all you folks out there that are paying tithes and sending money to churches, stop doing that garbage. Stop doing that. You're wasting your money, guys. For real, for real. Let me see. I realized as a kid, why would God need or want my money? Right. Why would God want your money? Why would God tell you, send me your money, then I'll give you a blessing? And if you watch the video, because we're going to review it later on, when the pastor rebuked that woman over the money she was given, right after she paid it, she said, "Now I believe I received the blessings." So she was paying God for blessings, bro. She was paying God for her provisions. That's crazy. That's crazy. And that is how people think in these religions, man. Why the Christian church is not paying for people that are struggling to get food? Why are you dependent on the government to give you SNAP when you should be able to just walk into any local church? Every church should have provisions ready and prepared, millions of dollars provided for the needy. The church. So why the church ain't doing it? Y'all busy arguing about the federal government. Y'all should be protesting the church. All of you folks that are crying over next month should be banging down church doors. All of you. Don't go to the stores and loot. Go to the church so we could expose them for who they are. Go to your local church and bang down the doors and say, "We need to eat." Where are Jesus' disciples? Where are they? Where are these pastors that claim they love God, but they're not providing for the people? Come on now. I already know what it's like not to have food. I already know what that's like. That's why when I talk about these things, people think I'm being insensitive. Fam, I was homeless already. I had days with no food. You understand? I know what it's like when it's either you pay your rent or you get food. I know what that feels like. I know what it's like where you don't get your paycheck till a certain day and you ran out of food. You don't got nothing. Literally, you're eating peanut butter on a spoon and sunflower seeds for dinner. Do you understand me? Where dinner is just rice by itself. So I know all about suffering. I know all about lack. I know about all of that stuff. So when people tell me I'm being insensitive, I don't really care, blah, 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 blah. I'm talking about able-bodied adults who don't want to work. This damn fly keep bugging me, bro. I'm talking about able-bodied that don't want to work, don't want to do nothing, bro. And they're waiting for Trump to handle the situation. What you need right now is to go get a job. If you know next month you're not going to have your benefits and you're sitting here crying on social media, you got time to go get a job. So swallow your pride, go get your resume, and go get a job. Period. Even if you have to work in a fast food joint, retail store, whatever it is, go get that job right now. Go do it. What are you going to do? Wait for the federal government to decide they're going to end the strike? The shutdown is going to cease? You waiting for them? Or you going to go get a job? Listen, watch this. Let me help you make some money. All right? Give me a minute. I got to get something to drink. Give me a minute, guys. Give me a minute. Okay. Hold up. Wait a minute. I like this comment. Wait a minute. Watch this, guys. Look at the live chat. There is somebody in the live chat named Memi66. They said, quote, "I'm handicapped. They said, I'm handicapped. I have to get a job." I have this. The person says, "I'm handicapped. I have to get a job." Now, here's the thing. I don't understand what's wrong with people that are not paying attention, right? If you've been watching the show, I made it very clear. The people that should be getting assistance are the disabled, our vets, and the elderly. Do you understand? This is the problem with social media. People are not paying attention. And it's like they want to, it's like they're looking for an argument. They're looking to find a fault in what you're saying. I am talking about able-bodied people who are healthy and able to go get a job and they refuse to. I don't understand why people just don't want to listen, bro. I'm not talking about disabled folks. If you're disabled, I want you to be able to have the assistance you need. But at the end of the day, if the federal government is shut down and we having all these issues, you need to go to the church. I'm more talking about the able bodies that don't want to work, who want the government to take care of them their whole life while the taxpayers are paying taxes. That's what I'm talking about. There's a lot of people that's going to be suffering. There's a lot of elderly that can't even pay their premiums. They can't even pay that. And they're going through it. And we could always say they should have made better choices when they were younger. They should have had some investments. They should have had this. All of that is easier said than done, man. We don't know what life is going to offer. Like right now, I'm 48. I don't know how life is going to be when I'm 60. I don't know. Maybe if you're 60, you could tell me. See, a lot of people don't know what the future holds. Your life could be totally different when you get older. 5 years from now, everything could change. So the best thing you could do now is make better decisions. Make better decisions for yourself. I just don't agree with the fact that because of the shutdown, people want to resort to violence and robbing and stealing and figure, well, if the government don't do what they got to do, I'm going to go to the stores and rob and steal. That's more of a reason why it needs to shut down. Because what you're saying is, if you don't give me what I want, I'm going to steal it. Well, go ahead. You'll be in prison. And the only food you'll be eating is prison lunch. Prison lunch is the only thing you'll be eating. So if you want to eat, go commit a crime. You'll be in prison, and that's the only dinner you'll be eating. You'll be spending Thanksgiving in prison like Diddy did last time. That's right. You said you can't stand this dude, but you watch me all day. Imagine that. You can't stand me because I'm speaking the truth. You mad because your life sucks. You're miserable. You're a miserable person. That's why you can't stand me. Because your daddy wasn't in your life to tell you the truth. You love to depend on other people to take care of you. That's why you can't stand me. That's the same thing you said about your damn daddy. You said, I can't stand my daddy. You said the same thing about your daddy. Why? Because he wasn't in your life. Blame your mama. You mad at your daddy. It's not your daddy's fault. He was just out there doing what men do, laying pipe. Your mom opened her legs. That's how you got here. And you mad at your daddy. He didn't even know you born. He didn't even know. Most people, listen, if you really think about it, most people that are alive today were born out of a one-night stand, you know. A lot of us don't want to admit it. But a lot of us came here from a one-night stand, bro. Like for real, for real. Dad don't even know you exist. They mad at me, fam, because I'm speaking the truth about what's going on in the world. You got able bodies that don't want to work, but they want to continue to collect benefits from the taxpayers. Look, every time you folks go to work and you're paying taxes and you're like, damn, and they keep taking all my money. Guess who's getting your money? Those people that are on social media crashing out over their SNAP benefits. They're getting your money. When you at work struggling at your job to make that paycheck to pay your rent, and you look on social media and you see these people, these lazy folk, crying about snapping. They're literally snapping on social media. And you at your job, that don't make you upset? That don't make you upset knowing that you got to punch this clock every day. You driving around a car that's broke, literally the car broke down, but you managed to keep it moving. You busy paying your bills, doing this, doing that. And all of these folks are making a big deal and they don't want to go to work. That's crazy, man. Shout out to all my overtime people out there that you're always doing OT to make that extra bread. Look at all the taxes you got to pay when you do your overtime. Where that money going? To them folks that want to sit home talking about how independent they are and how they and how much they hate the government. Now think about this. The people that are anti-Trump, anti-government, anti-politics, they're the ones crying right now. The very same people who hate the government, they hate Trump, they're the ones crying right now. And they want the government shut down to cease so that they can get money. I don't understand that, bro. How could you hate your president, but at the same time, you want the benefits? Well, I don't like them, but I want benefits. I want free food. This is why when the mark of the beast come in, the majority of you going to take the mark. You're going to take the mark. Yep. And I'm mainly talking about the snap attack people. They're going to take the mark of the beast because the Bible says that in that day, both rich and poor won't be able to buy or sell save they have the mark of the beast. So in that time, when everything is set up, you're not going to be able to eat unless you take the mark. So we know all of these SNAP recipients, they're going to take the mark. They're going to take the mark of the beast. They're going to take it. Somebody said sellouts. Is that supposed to be targeted towards me? Now they're saying I'm a sellout. Man, I tell you, bro, it's amazing. I mean, do white people get that kind of treatment? To all the white folk that are viewing this live, I have a question for you. Do you ever hear other white people tell you, and this is if you're a white man, white woman, do you ever hear other white people tell you that you are a sellout because of your views, whether they're political, whether they're about different issues, and they say you're a sellout? Do you experience that? Yes or no? I just want to know. I don't know if they do that in the white community. I see one yes, more no's. So far, we got 2 yeses. The majority is no. Because I don't see white folk doing that. I don't ever see a white man coming online telling another white guy, you're a sellout. You're a traitor. You're a sellout. You selling out your people. I never heard that. I never even heard a white person say you're selling out your people, meaning his people. I never heard that. I never heard them say that. I never heard a white man literally saying, you sold out our people as a whole. Never. I only hear that from the black community. That's it. In the black community, you get shamed for success. In other words, if you're doing good financially and you're black, the black community will begin to try to shame you for your success. In other words, it's not like you're throwing it in people's faces. You just made good decisions, and now you're afforded a certain lifestyle that you built. And what they'll do is try to shame you for enjoying your life as if though you shouldn't be doing that. So if you treated yourself to a nice car, they'll be like, why you showing off? Why you bought that? You could have did something better with the money. Bro, sit down, bro. I worked for this. I can't enjoy myself. I like music. I like listening to music. And I have a boom box that I use. It's a little Bluetooth speaker. Most of you probably heard of it. It's called the Iowa Exos 9. Very, very great little boom box. But I wanted something more powerful. I wanted a system. So I treated myself to 2 high-quality Bluetooth party speakers. I think it's called the Sony UTL Tower 9. Yeah, that model. I bought 2 of them. 2 of them. So I could connect it in stereo. And it blows me away with the sound quality. Sound quality is crazy. It'll shake the whole house. They'll call the police if you put it too loud. I got to keep the volume low. If I turn that system up outside, it'll be a club outside. That's how the bass is ridiculous. You see? Me getting that is not me wasting money. I earned what I got. And I'm trying to live my life in peace. If that makes me happy to play my music, that makes me happy. I don't know what makes you happy. Maybe buying video games make you happy. I'm a gamer myself. Maybe working on your car makes you happy. Some of you guys, you're working on your car every day. Your neighbors think you crazy because you're always outside working on your car. You pop the hood all the time. You're always working on your car. You're always cleaning your car. And people think you're crazy. It's not that you're crazy. You like to do that. That's what makes you happy. Well, in the black community, they don't like seeing you happy. They don't like seeing you shine. If you try to become successful, they will turn against you. If you say you're going to start a business, they be like, hey, congratulations on you starting the business. Once you release it, and you're like, bro, I just started the business. You want to come support? Hey, I'm busy, bro. I'm busy. You ain't going to support the business? No. How many of you that are black started a business, told everybody, and they never supported you? Happened to me. Happened to me, man. Happened to me. I told everybody about a particular business. Nobody supported. Nobody supported. The only people that supported the business was white folk, some Asians, and a few miscellaneous groups of people. But black people never supported the business, man. And it really, really messed with me, man. It really bothered me because they were the ones that was like, oh, can't wait to see you start the business. Can't wait. They never supported the business. And eventually we had to close down shop. We had to close down shop. Couldn't keep running the show. You know, it was an online business, and we couldn't keep things afloat. And then when we shut it down, watch this. When we shut down the business, guess who came to say, what happened to the business? Black folk. Come on now. Notice this other person. Safety First says, now you on your page, put down black folks and poor people. I mean, you're a lunatic, man. I cannot stand folks like you, bro. I cannot stand folks that when a man speak, you want to come on social media crying about somebody putting you down. You have always been down. I can't put you down. You're down already. You're just a miserable person who want everybody to come to your little pity party. Just because your life sucks and I'm actually productive working on my life doesn't mean I got to go to your damn pity party. Nobody's putting your dumb ass down. You're down because you've always been down because you're a loser. You don't want to work. You don't want to build nothing for yourself. So you complain all day and blame everybody else. Blame your damn mom and your dad. They didn't give you no opportunities or provide anything for you to better yourself. So you're mad at the world. You sound like Brian McKnight's kids. Brian McKnight was successful, and then his damn sons want to live off of his money. No, go out there and make something of yourself and stop trying to live off your daddy. I'm tired of sorry people always complaining all day, trying to blame somebody else for their problems. You a grown adult. Man up and go out there and win. If you're a woman, woman up and go out there and win and stop complaining and blaming everybody for your problems. Talking about I'm putting down the poor. I haven't put down nobody. You see this, guys? He said that I'm putting down the poor. I never did that. And I don't like when people do that. He said, I'm putting down the poor. I've never put down the poor throughout this life. I don't put people down. If you're down, it's because you've always been down. I can't put you down. I'm not near you. I'm not near you. I don't live around you. I don't know you. You're already down. If my words affect you that much, you're a loser. If my words make you feel down, you are a loser. Because nobody could put me down. Nobody. I'm going to always win. I'm going to always win. Because I'm a go-getter. And I learned the art of working hard and doing what I got to do. I don't make no excuses. I take accountability for my life as a man. If I'm effing up, I got to look at my life and say, damn, what am I doing wrong? I can't blame nobody. I can't blame nobody for my situation. You know? I can only look at myself. And for a lot of people, they always make excuses, man. And they always want to blame somebody else for why they're going through what they're going through. That's wrong, man. That is wrong. You know? You walking around talking about how poor you are, how broke you are. Well, you getting what you put out. We live in a time in this day where there is opportunity for everybody to become successful. Some people just like being broke. I don't care. If you want to be broke, that's your problem. Stay there. I'm going to go get what's mine. Some people, they just don't understand how life works. It's like the opportunities is there, but nobody's taking the risk. To be successful, you got to take risk. You got to take opportunities. You got to be a go-getter. There's no days off. You got to work, and work more and work and keep working. And in order to be successful, you got to cut everybody off. You got to have complete tunnel vision. You got to cut everybody off because all the people around you are going to bring you down. Like for me, I cannot hang around people that just want to think think poor, always complaining about slavery. The white man is holding me down. The man is holding me down. White supremacy. The white man holding me down. I can't listen to that garbage, bro. I can't listen to that mess. And I'm not no racist either. I don't care if you white, black, Asian. I don't care who you are. I'll talk with anybody and everybody. I'm not with all of that. Oh, well, let's hate the white man. Let's hate the Asian man. Let's hate this. Fam, black folk hate me. Black folk can't stand me, bro. And the reason why is because I hold them accountable for their actions. That's why they don't like me, bro. When I was in the hood, in the projects, nobody had an issue with me. When I was in the hood, in the projects, nobody had an issue with me. When I decided to move and make better decisions, I've always made better decisions. I was literally in preparation. You know how it is, guys, when you're building up your life and you're doing things, saving your money, getting your credit right, doing things before you make the big jump to make the move. That's what I was in preparation for. Once I did that, everybody turned against me, man. Everybody. People I knew, people I grew up with, stopped texting, stopped calling, because when I responded to them and I was like, hey, yo, bro, man, yo, I'm moving, bro. Yo, hey, I got this, bro. They were not even happy for me. They were not happy for me, man. And it taught me a lot about people, bro. It taught me a lot. And this is how I'm able to speak on these issues concerning the black community, that they're never happy for you. They're going to shame you if you have any sense of success. And we're not talking about millionaire status. We're just talking about if you're black and you're just doing better for yourself. A little better, just a little bit. Your people will be upset with you. It's crazy. I can't stand it, bro. Because I always try to help people come up. I always try to give people advice on how to make better decisions. And it's real easy, to be honest. First rule to become successful is cut everybody off. Take your phone and delete all your contacts. Delete everybody. Delete them all. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody. I got to make this thing work. I got to get this paper. And in order for me to do this, I got to have a clear mind. Number 2, you got to hit the gym. You got to hit the gym. Cut everybody off. Hit the gym. Because when you cut everybody off, you cut off the noise, you cut off the drama, the gossip, the jealousy. You cut all of them demons off. Then you got to hit the gym. The gym will teach you the discipline, the consistency. When you lifting weights and you moving around and you getting your health right. Because if you're not healthy, you can't get wealthy. If you're not healthy, you won't be able to focus on the goals. So we need to make sure that you cut everybody off, then you hit the gym. That's going to get your physical strength up. You understand? Now your mind is working properly. Next, we got to get your diet right. You got to eat right. You got to eat the right kind of foods. And you got to have proper sleep. Guys, listen to me very carefully. You ready for this one? To be successful, you have to be up early in the morning. You have to be up early in the morning. The early bird gets the worm. Early in the morning. You got to be up early. Before everyone. That's the secret to being successful. You got to be up early. 4, 5 a.m. Early. And you got to start preparing your day. And get as much accomplished before the afternoon come in. Before the afternoon, get a lot of stuff accomplished. And get into a habit of doing that. And stay consistent. Find what it is that you love to do. Find your passions. Invest money into that. when you get your paycheck from your job. Don't squander it. I understand you may not have all the money, but take a portion of that money and put it towards the thing that you love. Let's say you don't have the money, but you got a credit card. I'm not saying go in debt. What I'm saying is if you have these elements in place, these principles, invest the money from your credit card into the thing that you know can earn money. Do it. Take the risk. You got to take a risk, man. That's the only way. Nobody's going to become successful by not wanting to spend money or just wanting to save money. You're never going to be successful. Use your credit card, not the max, a portion that you know you can manage and pay back. Use that to get the items that you need. And if need be, make sure you're on one of them programs where you don't pay no interest for like 6 months, one of those type of things. And at the same time, you're building your credit. So not only are you using better, you're making better decisions, but you're building your credit at the same time. You don't have to pay no interest on that loan, and you pay it over time, you pay it off. That way you're able to get the tools needed to do the job that can earn you money now. But you got to be consistent. You got to put in the work. Don't procrastinate. If you stay doing this over and over and over, you are going to be successful. You are going to be successful. But how many people are willing to do the work? Nobody wants to work no more. Nobody want to work no more. This is crazy, man. Let me show you this, guys, because I'm about to get off the stream. But let me show you this. All right. Now, I told you guys that I'm working on my yard, right? I told you guys I'm working on my yard, right? So I want to show you something. Let me show you something here. Oh, snap. Hold on. Wait a minute, guys. I don't want to walk too far. Hold on. Let me switch the internet. Hold on. You're going to see me cut off for a bit. If I walk too far away from the house, it's going to shut off. Let me do this real fast. Put a 1 if you guys can hear me. I got to take this damn jacket off. It's hot out here right now. Yeah, it is. Y'all can hear me? Okay. All right. You see one of my cameras right there. Yeah, so this is the yard area here, right? Now watch this, right? Let me do this. Look over here. You see this section? I'm working on this right now. You see how I cleared that out? You see how I cleared that out? All right, you see over here? You see how that's good? You see that? All right, you see this section here? I'm working on this right now. I'm working on all of this. You see the dirt? It's just raw dirt. That's just raw dirt. That's me outside working, guys. So I don't want to hear no damn excuses from nobody. You see? Now notice this. I did a pattern up to here and over here. It's like over here, like right here. This part, if you look right here, that's a line. I have to cut this all out right here. All of this got to cut out all the way to over here. So this whole thing over here is what I'm doing. That's what I'm working on. You see that? All of this. I have to, and the reason being is when I put down the new seeds, I got to clear all of this stuff out, all of this mess, so that I can really plant, so it could be like this. You see that? That's what I'm trying to achieve. So when people over here talking about, oh, I ain't doing this, I don't want to work, I don't want to do that, fam, I don't want to hear no damn excuses, man. I don't want to hear nothing. You know, go out there and get these results. That's results. And this is new. This is new. This is because I'm working. So when I see all these men talking about, oh, I don't want to do this, I ain't doing that, I'm like, bro, stop the nonsense, bro. I don't want to hear nothing from nobody, because I'm on the yard every day working, always doing what I got to do, and people always crying every damn day about what they can't get and all this other mess. I don't want to hear that garbage, bro. Give me a minute. Let me set this thing back up. All right, give me a minute. I just wanted you to see that, to show you. That's the kind of work that I do, right? And I'm always on the yard working out. The work and the time that I put into this, a lot of times people that may see me out working, they don't understand that I'm dedicated. The same way I'm dedicated to the yard to grow grass and make the place beautiful is the same way you can become successful if you apply these principles. It works every time. Even the Bible says, seed time and harvest time shall not cease as long as the earth remain. That's why I'm out doing what I got to do. So that little area that you see, it's not even little, it's big. The camera probably make it look one way, but it's a big open area that I stripped the ground down to the dirt. And now, once I get off this live, I'm getting to work. I got to go prep the ground. I got to go do this. I got to do that. I got to do all sorts of things. Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Your car open? Give me a minute, guys. I got to go take care of something real fast. Give me a minute. Let me see. Leave this here. Y'all just stay there. Make sure you hit that like button. Double tap the screen, guys, to give it a like. Just got hot out here, man. This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm getting some things over here, guys. Give me a minute. I want to show you a few things so you can understand what I do. Those are the bugs that belong in the dirt anyway. Yeah. Just put it out by the car. All right, guys. I'm back. It's hot out here, bro. It's hot out here. Okay, so now, let me do this, bro. Somebody said that house is wood, not brick. I mean, people always talking crap, bro. You broke. Wasting my time talking to you. It's always some broke ass person that's talking. Let me hold on. This is the thing about people, bro. Nothing is ever good enough for people. And the people that be talking the most, they be the people that's broke. But they so busy to talk about you. It's crazy. Absolutely amazing. If you ask these people, let me see your bank account. Them people wouldn't show you. Ain't nothing in there. Ain't nothing in their account, bro. Okay, so check this out, gang. So we got some peat moss. We got some compost. We got some fast-acting lime. And we got some fertilizer. Now, I got the seeds on the way. That's pretty much what's ordered. And you got to prep the soil, get the pH right, put down that lime, boom, boom, boom. Put down the starter fertilizer, put down some compost. That adds organic matter to the soil. And then you put down the new grass seed. You top dress it off with some a little bit of peat moss, water it every day, and boom, you got yourself new grass. That's simple. That's simple. I don't understand, guys, why people hate when you make better decisions. And this is how I know that when people are negative towards me, it's because they're not doing well for themselves. A person who is successful do not come into a live chat to try to make it seem as if though you're just not doing what you're supposed to do. Like something's wrong with you for making better decisions. I told you already, my success may not be your success. What's success for me may not be success for you. Success for me may be moving from one state to another state. That may be success for me. For you, it might be getting a job. But one thing I don't like is when people who don't work try to shame you for your success. How could you shame me for that? I thought that's a good thing. I thought it's a good thing to do that. You said comparing bank accounts. Listen, did you read what the person wrote to me? The person is literally questioning the house on what they can see on the outside, as if though the outward exterior has some sort of value into what my life is really about. So that person is questioning what I can or can't afford. But he don't know me. And normally that's coming from people that are broke. That's why I said, if we were to check his account, there's nothing in there. Because broke people are always doing that. People that have means, people that make good decisions, do not come on social media to waste their time critiquing where someone lives. They don't do that because they're too busy doing their own thing. They're too busy doing their own thing. So they get mad at me for making better decisions. That's crazy. How you mad at me for? Why would you be mad at me? Don't get mad at me. You're wasting your time getting mad at me. You're supposed to be mad at yourself, man. You don't want to do nothing with yourself. So you hate me rather than saying, hey, let me listen to what this brother got to say. Instead, you want to hate. Bro, you're not living my life. You don't know me from nowhere. Everything you say that's negative is not affecting me. All right? I'm just doing what a man is supposed to do, take care of his family to the best of his abilities. I got hard times just like everybody else. I got issues I got to deal with just like everybody else. I got to pay bills just like everybody else. The problem is when people see something that looks nice, they tend to think that you're putting people down. And they don't understand everything that people have, they had to work for it. And it's like you're upset that other people decide to work for what they got. If you're a person who work for your success and work to provide a certain lifestyle for your family, don't let people make you feel ashamed of being successful or being who you are. They're just mad because their life sucks. And this is why in the black community, you have to stunt on people. You have to. I know it's not right to a certain degree, but I'm here to make a public service announcement. In the black community, it is perfectly normal to stunt. It's perfectly normal. In the black community, stunting on other blacks is normal. And it needs to be done. Because our people only respond to material. Now, don't twist what I'm saying. For we brought nothing in the world, you can't take nothing with you. I get it. But as long as I'm alive, I'm going to live good. I already know what it's like to live bad. Can I live good for a little bit? Could I live good for a little bit? So now, in the black community, stunting have to be normalized, because sometimes you got to stunt on people to let them know that you playing yourself. Like, who do you think you're talking to? You're not talking to some average Joe. You know? Shout out to Subscribe. Says love from Germany. They will still not understand even after your perfect explanation. Yeah, that's a part of the frustration, is that even though I explain myself, they still won't understand. Instead, they'll attack me even more. People who got things going on for themselves do not hate other people that are doing well. They don't do that. That's the language we understand. People tend to respect you when they see you working hard and doing what you need to do, because they know you're not lazy. They know you're not collecting no damn government assistance. They know you're on point. You understand? So they're not going to look at you like, no. Every man want to be respected in this world. And one thing I learned is that when you are successful, when you are just doing what you're supposed to do, people respect you. People respect you when they see that you are a working man. When you don't work, nobody respects you. This person says no successful person has a YouTube live stream. Tell that to Mr. Beast. You sound crazy. You're here watching me. Think about this. I'm not watching you. You're watching me. And you're saying no successful person has a YouTube live stream. Do you know how dumb you sound saying that? You know how many millionaires there are all over social media? Do you know how crazy you sound? Just because your life sucks, don't get mad at me. It's crazy what people be saying, man. And it's always the broke person with nothing going on with their life who always got the most to say, bro. Good luck with your so-called SNAP benefits, because you ain't getting them next month. And I'm hoping and praying that the federal government stays shut down all the way through next month. I want to see what's going to happen. I want to see. I want to see what's going to happen and how folks are going to manage this situation. I want to see. It's going to be entertaining, because the level of hate that I get for explaining and speaking the truth, you deserve to not have nothing on your plate this coming Thanksgiving. You don't deserve nothing. You're just an ungrateful person at this point. I suggest you go get a job and stop trying to milk the system. And I am hoping that Trump and federal government pass new laws to shut down all of these programs and only protect the elderly, the disabled, and our veterans. Only them. They're the only ones that need assistance. Every other able-bodied person have to get a job. You have to get a job. And there needs to be more job opportunities opening up. That's another thing. Because when you shut something down, you got to make sure that something opens up. Can't just shut it down if nothing's provided. So we need more job opportunities. We need more companies hiring. We need better wages, better pay. All of these type of things have to be brought to the table. But to sit there complaining about your benefits being cut off and you refuse to go work, no. I'm not with that. Yeah, there's a lot of people that come online to hate me when they could spend that time going and get a job. They rather come online to argue with me rather than going and get a job. And then when they're ready, They say stuff like, you don't got a real job. You online making videos. You don't have a real job. I love hearing that comment. The you don't have a real job comment. All you do is sit online making videos. Basically what they're saying is, you're not suffering like me. I gotta struggle when it seems like you just have it easy. Where you just come online and make videos. If it's that easy, go do it. If it's that easy, go do it. If it's so easy to come online, make videos, and make money, go do it. Let me see you go do it. There's nothing easy about social media. I've been doing this since 2006. Since 2006. I'm a veteran in the game. Right? Shout out to Denise for the $20 support. Says wait till they cut section 8. More crashing out. Yeah. That's gonna be a dozer. Oh snap, I forgot my phone. Let me get my phone out the sunlight. It's gonna overheat. I hope it don't overheat on me. If it do, my bad, guys. And shout out to all the Trump supporters that are in the building. Shout out to you. Shout out to everybody who believe making America great again. Let me see. Yeah, somebody said, let me see. RM said, doing what Ringo does is not easy. That's why everyone isn't making money on social media. That's right, because they don't know what they're doing. They come on social media think this is a get-rich-quick scheme. No, you got to be a real content creator. And a lot of people are not that. They come online because they think they're going to make the easy money. You ain't going to make not $1 because you don't know what you're doing. You got to have the ability to do this, man. And a lot of people, it's just not for them. It's not for them. They want to do it. I get it. But if it's not for you, don't get mad at me. I already know what it's like to be at the 9 to 5. I already did all of that stuff already. People acting like I never been on the 9 to 5. Like, bro, stop it. Don't do that to me. I hate when people do that. They act like I don't understand the struggle. You don't get mad at the next man for doing something that you have the opportunity to do. Just like how I'm doing this, you can do it too. But is it going to work for you? Is it going to work for you? That's the big difference. But don't get mad at me because I'm doing what I do. There's people that they don't do social media and they get a bag. They make money outside of social media. That's because they know how to do what they do. I may not know what they know how to do. It's not my thing. But don't get mad at me because you want to sit and just stay down and out. Don't get mad at me. That's crazy. I don't hate on nobody that makes money. You gotta listen. You got a lot of these guys on social media that make a heck of a lot more money than me. They making a bag. I don't complain about it, fam. Hey, they successful. They making their bread. They doing their thing. Hey, I'm happy for them. You know, I never hate on people when they make bread. That's messing up my blessing. You know what I'm saying? When somebody making money on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, and I try to hate, that's messing up my blessings. There's a lot of these, listen, there's a lot of content creators that's making a heck of a lot of money on social media. And I'm happy for them. They deserve it, man. A lot of them. Even the ones that I don't agree with. There's content creators I don't agree with. And they're making great money, bro. Great money. They're killing it. They're killing it, man. Very successful. And you know what I'm saying? That's a good look, man. You can't hate on success, bro. That's stupid, bro. How you gonna hate on somebody for being successful? I may disagree with your talking points, things you may say, but I can never hate on your success. That's the language we understand, guys. Everybody supposed to know this. Everybody supposed to know this. When you see other people that are successful, that's supposed to motivate you to want to be successful, not make you angry with people, you know? But yeah, guys, I'm going to get up on out of here. I got to go get to work while the sun is out and go prep this ground, do what I got to do. I'll be back on later. I want to do a reaction video to the video that Tommy Sotomayor put out the other day. I just really have to do a reaction to that video, man, because of a situation that went down, and it needs to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? And it really needs to be addressed. I want to call out this Captain Tazariak guy. I got to call him out, bro. It's something about this dude I don't like, bro. I don't like what he did, bro. I really don't, man. And I got to call that mess out, because one of the issues, especially with social media, that I think black men have to understand is disrespect. When you disrespect other men, it's just not right, man. I think if we were all on code, we'll be able to dominate media on social media. We'll be able to dominate. But because there's a lot of competitive jealousy, and I get it, it's a competitive business. Everybody want to be the star. Everybody want to be the man. I get it. You know what I mean? It's just like the NBA. You know, Jordan is the man. All the other players, they want to get the rock too to score. But y'all also have to understand, if Jordan is that man, just let him get the ball. If Kobe is the man, just let him get the rock. You know what I mean? All of us are players in the game. We just got to work together. I think that if we all understood what it means to respect one another, we'll be able to go to next levels. You know what I mean? And I find that on social media with black folk, it's too much competitive jealousy and too much hate and rivalry and disrespect. And once you disrespect a man, bro, it's difficult to come back from that, man. I can't see you the same no more. You know, so I might have to react to that video. I probably have to clean up the video a little bit, because there's a lot of profanity in the video. That affects your platform. I don't want all that cussing in the videos. But I gotta address that situation. Because Tommy Sotomayor is back on YouTube, and it was a good stream, to be honest with you. It was a good stream. I caught probably like when the argument started, a little bit before the argument started, where Tazariak was talking about his school, going through the garage. You don't got no key on you. Don't scratch my car. You're a doof. It's my daughter just came in from school. Yeah, so that Captain Tazariak guy, bro. I got to talk about this dude, man. And the reason why I have to is because he disrespected a man's wife. He disrespected a man's wife, and I don't believe he ever apologized. And even if he did apologize, I still got to go in and talk about it, because he did that to start a fight. He did that to really get somebody to flip out. I had people disrespect my wife on social media, so I know how that does, how that will get you. And you really have to stay within character when people do that type of stuff, because the world is watching you. And it's almost like you got to take this type of stuff, and sometimes it can go left real quick. And for him to do that to that other brother, to Angry Man, I was like, yo, nah. And it wasn't like, after looking at the tape, I mean, I'm going to talk about it more because I didn't watch the whole video straight through. So I really don't know if they reconciled the situation. I just don't know. I'm very busy. I didn't have time to go back and watch it, but I think Tommy did a decent job. And I'm speaking on the section where everything was happening. I think he did a decent job. It's a part of the show to see them go back and forth. You know, it's entertaining to watch sometimes. I just don't like when people disrespecting people's wives and women. I think, or their kids. I don't like that stuff, bro. If you got something to say about me, I don't mind if you roast me, say things crazy that's about my talking points. But don't get personal, because then now it's like you ruin the show. And that right there, I didn't like that, man. I didn't like that, bro. That came out of nowhere. I'm like, damn, bro. You really gonna say that? And shout out to the other dude that stood up for Angry Man and said what he said about, so you gonna act like you didn't just say this about this man's wife? And Tommy, like, come on, bro. I don't got no issues with you. At the end of the day, you're doing your thing. But when Tazariak said what he said about that man's wife, I know he probably don't know the man have his woman there. But I feel that as the host, at that moment, you should have just been like, you know what? You should have never said that. You should have never said nothing about his woman. Because here's the thing. In the video, Tommy was like, oh, he didn't know he had a wife. Yes, he did. You know why? Because when dude said, oh, he needs some PUSSY, immediately I saw Angry Man's face. He switched his tone, and it got serious right there for a minute. He said, I got a wife in the other room, something along them lines. Once he said that, Tazaria was supposed to fall back and be like, oh, my bad, and change his gears. Instead, what Tazariak did, once he had the knowledge that Angry Man has a wife, he decided to pick at it and said, oh, you should go in the room and F her. Bro, come on, bro. You bugging, man. So when Tommy was like, he didn't know he had a wife. Yes, he did, dog. Because he told him. So at that moment, for him to say what he said after that was disrespectful. He knew what he was doing. You know? I'm going to talk about it in another video, man. Yeah, so I'm going to get up on out of here, guys. I got to get to work. I got to get something to eat. First, I'm going to get something to eat, then I'm going to get to work. So I'm going to hit back on the yard, get this thing prepped. The seeds come on, I think, Saturday or Monday. I'm not sure. I'm prepping the ground now to take care of any weeds. The reason why, some of y'all might be asking, why did you cut that section only? Okay, I have an answer. That section was cut because I had some weed issues, and some Bermuda grass that was going dormant. The grass that you see that's being grown is a cool season lawn, and it'll only last through the cool season. Once the summer kick in, Bermuda grass will begin to germinate and try to come back up again into the yard. The only way to keep it the same, it's very expensive. You got to put down suppressors on your yard to suppress the Bermuda from germinating, but you got to do that early. You also have to have good irrigation so that your yard is getting plenty of water so that it can stay green throughout the summer. Me personally, I'm not going to be wasting no water on any lawn. I'm not doing that. The water bill will be too high. I don't have a separate meter on the house, so for irrigation, it counts for your water in your house and water for waste, like sewer water. In other words, when you turn on your garden hose, your bill for your water and your bill for your sewer is going up at the same time. You know? So I don't have time to be wasting all that water. And if I was rich and wealthy, as most of you think, I wouldn't even care. So obviously I'm concerned with the bill. So when you folks be looking at me like, oh, this, that, this, fam, I'm trying to save as much as I can. So basically, once I cut everything off on that section of the yard, it's going to pretty much, hold on, it's going to allow me to treat the weeds. Now, let me show you this so you can understand. You see that section right there? All of this is like green, right? That section there, it has a chemical on there that is killing the weeds that's in that section. Now, the side effect is it turns white. It's going to turn back green once it kills off all of those the weeds that's there. It'll get back green. That particular chemical is called tenacity. Tenacity is the chemical that is used to kill those weeds, right? And I sprayed that on the yard. So that's what I have to spray on the area that is in back of the house over there on the side. I got to spray that area down with tenacity and then treat the soil and then put down new seeds and prep it, water it, and it's going to grow back in probably like 5 days. 5 days top is going to grow back. And I'm trying to get everything situated, whatchamacallit, before the window is closed. The window of reseeding your lawn is going to end like mid-November, right? Pretty much next month it's done. So this is the last time. So if you're trying to oversee the cool season lawn, especially in the North Carolina, the transitional zones, you need to start right now. Once next month kick in, you're gonna have a lot of problems. So you want to make sure you're taking care of that right now. So I'm gonna get back to work, guys. Do what I gotta do. And it is what it is, man. I'll be back on later with more content. And I hope the video looks good, because I don't even know. It's probably blurry and stuff. And I don't know. Because I could be in the studio recording, but sometimes I just want to just fire up my cell phone and go live and just talk outside and, do what I got to do. But, yeah, it's cool, So I'm going to get up on out of here, guys. Do what I got to do. And get this work going and whatnot. I should have just sat in here, man, where there's no sunlight. I should have sat in here and just do my thing. So I'm going to get up on out of here, guys, and do what I got to do. So peace and blessings to everybody, man. I'm going to head back to the yard. I'm really enjoying the results, guys. I'm telling you, it's a lot of hard work, but it pays off, man. It's paying off lovely. Let me see. I mean, this is clean, man. You can't beat that, man. You can't beat that, bro. You can't beat that, man. It takes a lot of work, a lot of patience in order to really plant. And it's all about seed time and harvest time, man. It's all about seed time and harvest time, and just doing what you got to do. And that's about it. So they're cutting those SNAP benefits. People are going to be snapping. And we're going to see what happens. Again, I hope that the elderly, the disabled, and our vets are taken care of. The able-bodied people, I don't really care for. You know what I mean? You got to go work like everybody else and do what you got to do. You can cry a river. I'm not concerned with all of that mess. Don't go crying, talking about the government this. You need Jesus. You need Jesus. You need to get right with God. Go get a job. And stop complaining on social media about you're going to be robbing and stealing, because this situation is going to make Trump send the National Guard to all of these major cities. If there is any looting, that's what's going to happen. So go ahead. Do all that looting stuff. Do all of that mess. And you're going to find out. Go ahead. And you're going to have nothing but problems. I got to clean this garage. Got to clean this thing out, man. I really can't wait till when I'm finished with this work, bro. I'm always on the yard working, man. Always on the yard, bro. Always. Let me show you how healthy this thing is, bro. Look at this thing. Look at this, man. Come on, bro. Stop it. Stop it, bro. What? Bruh. Man, I love it, bro. It's just something about that that just brings me joy, bro. And people keep getting mad at me. And they want me to be ashamed because I'm trying to live my life, bro. Imagine that, bro. You work hard for what you got. And people want you to be ashamed and unhappy for making moves. This is why a lot of brothers that get successful, they just stay to themselves, bro. They just stay to themselves, bro. It's like, it's better because when you're around a lot of people, they just fake. They don't want to see you win. They're unhappy for you. They want you to die. Like, it's weird, bro. A lot of people are genuinely not happy for you. Anyway, I'm going to get up on out of here, man. You said you don't care until it affects you. I rebuke that in Jesus' name. See, here's the thing. Because a lot of people, they like to say stuff like what you say, right? Let me respond to that. You said you don't care until it affects you because you don't know the arrogance of you to tell people to go get a job. Who's to say they aren't? No one is mad or want you to be ashamed. You want them to. No, you're a sorry person and your life sucks. And you're the kind of person who look at people like me and you wish that I was in your bad situation. I'll never be in your bad situation. You know why? Because I'm a winner. I'm not a loser like you. That's why you're pronouncing your curses on other people. It's because you're a loser. You see? People that are successful, people that are doing well, I never talk about them in a negative way because I know they had to work hard to get to where they are. And for you to say stuff like, oh, it won't, you said you don't care until it affects you because you don't know. What you want is for me to be like you. I'll never be in your situation. You know why? Because I already been there and done that. And I like it better on this side than on your side. I already know what it's like to not have food. I know what it's like to be homeless. I know what it's like to not have no money. I know what it's like. So you're not affecting me when you say these type of things, but I got to let you know, like you're not talking to somebody that don't know the struggle. I'm originally from Brooklyn. You know what I mean? So I was in the projects in the hood. So I already know what that is. It's just like a lot of you folks that be hating on Hassan Campbell. I used to make videos about Hassan. I used to drag Hassan in the mud. After that, I don't make no more videos about that dude because I realized that he's a family man. He been through the struggle, probably got some trauma issues. It is what it is. I just leave him alone. You know what I mean? I don't got time for all of that mess. He became successful. He's doing his thing. He's taking care of his family. You know, when you get older, it's like you just leave certain things alone. So I just kind of leave that situation alone. But you have a lot of people that hate on him because of his success. They're just really jealous because they're mad he made it out the hood. They're mad about that. Rather than saluting him and stuff, they want to hate. And every now and then, Hassan have to stunt on you and show you his backyard, show you the pond, the little thing with the fish and all that other stuff. It's dope. It's fly. You can't. How you gonna hate on that? How you gonna hate on a man that's showing you his success? That ought to motivate you to want to get off your ASS and go do something. When Hassan flex on his viewers, he's not flexing on all his viewers. He's flexing on the haters, bro. The haters that are talking ish. And sometimes he got to let you know, like, y'all looking at me like I'm some sort of bum. And when he show you his backyard, it's a whole tropical escape. That type of yard, you literally go outside, you can literally chill in your backyard and just relax. People that don't have anything, people that are losing in life will always hate on other people that are winning. That's the way it is. So when people hate me and talk about me and mock and laugh and do all this goofy stuff, they're doing it because they don't have nothing going on for themselves. If they did, they would not be wasting their time with me. They would not be wasting their time. You have some people that are monitoring me right now. Literally, while I'm live, they're literally looking at their phones, literally monitoring my every single move. Why? Because my life has become theirs. They don't care about nothing else that's going on in the world. They're more concerned about what I'm talking about and what I'm doing. It's weird, bro. It is weird. And I'm sure every influencer know what I'm talking about. You'll be by your house making videos. All your neighbors be looking out their windows watching you. Your next door neighbor be watching your videos talking ish about you. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I just do me. I don't care. You know? I just do what I got to do. Shout out to Oklahoma. Says love from Oklahoma. Hey, shout out to you. A lot of times, it's your immediate family members. My family don't even like me, bro. They don't even care, bro. They don't even care about nothing. I just do my own thing. My family is in this house. The people that I'm taking care of, they're my family. Everybody else, I don't care for, bro. I'm just being honest. You know? My family is here. This is where my family is, bro. They're over here. I'm not wasting my time with people that don't call me, don't check up on me, don't look for me. And I'm pretty sure a lot of brothers and sisters, you had family members that betrayed you and turned against you, and you had to go do your own thing and just disappear. And it is what it is, man. You know, when you get older, fam, none of that stuff matters no more. Like, I don't care about none of that stuff no more, bro. Only people I'm caring about is the people that are in this house. That's it. I don't care about nothing else no more, bro. Nothing else matters. Life is too short to be dealing with all this drama with family members. And I'm not saying all of your family members are bad. Some of y'all probably cool with some of your family members. It might be cool. So if you got a family that's tightly knit, then hey, salute to you for having a tightly knit family. A lot of us don't got that luxury no more. Believe it or not, a lot of us don't got that luxury. So if you got a tightly knit family and all of y'all seem to be cool, hey, it is what it is, man. But hey, I'm going to get up on out of here. I got to get to work. I'll be back later on with more content. And y'all have a blessed day. Stay safe out there. Stay sucker free. Don't let the haters break you down. Stay consistent with your walk. Keep God first. And, you know, to those people out there with this snap situation, I'm going to be making a ton of videos about y'all. So be prepared. I'm making a ton of videos, man. A ton of videos. So it is what it is. Yeah, y'all stay safe. I'm out of here. Peace. We out.